So it is officially 2023 now. The days of GameStop is about to get outnumbered. GameStop is about to cease to exist anymore. Let's get this video started. So I am kind of a little bit surprised that GameStop has managed to make it this long and farther than honestly what I was personally expecting. I was expecting GameStop to go out of business sometime between 2020 to late last year. But not that I'm mad. I definitely want GameStop to stay around as long as possible because even though I mostly buy my games digital on whatever I'm playing on, whether if it's on PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch. Well, I take that back from the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch is like the only console of right now that I purchased physical copies for because I don't really play a whole lot of Nintendo games. I mostly just like them for their exclusives. But when it comes to Xbox, PlayStation, and as well as PC, 90% of my purchases, almost 100%, they're just I just buy my stuff digital because I just see that, it's just more convenient because of the internet speed that I have, which not a lot of people out there do. But GameStop is about to cease to exist in the near future. Now, I personally was, like I mentioned, I was surprised that GameStop is actually made it as far as it actually has been because I thought between around 2020 to 2022 is when GameStop was officially going to be dead in the ground. But sadly enough, they're still here and it's still going to happen. It's going to be happening very, very soon. And we're probably talking about maybe another year or two. But I know for a fact, I know for a fact that GameStop is going to be gone before the next generation Xbox and PlayStation consoles are even released. I can almost promise you that GameStop is going to officially be gone before the next generation PlayStation and Xbox consoles are even going to be released. Heck, GameStop's probably going to be out of business even before they even get announced from Sony or Microsoft. But here is the reason as to why GameStop is going out of business and they are going to be gone sometime here relatively soon. One is because digital distribution is basically taking over the world and everybody just sees the writing on the wall, especially if they have very good internet. Like, why would somebody want to, especially if it's like a super cold day or it's a super hot day in the summertime, why would they want to go get in their car and immediately go get a game that's coming out just to either freeze their butt off or especially overheat themselves in the heat? Why would they honestly do that if they got the internet and they could literally just buy the game with their credit card or whatever or bank account and just buy it on the console and then boom, they can download it and they can have it be ready by the time the game comes out? That right there is what's also the main reason that's killing GameStop is people just see that it's just better to buy the game digitally and just download it. That way they have it when the game comes out. so they don't have to worry about going out in the cold or going out when it's insanely hot out on a summer day. They could just stay in where it's nice and warm or nice and cool in the AC, and they could just buy the game and just download it. But this ain't the only reason why GameStop's going to go out of business. Another reason is because the CEOs that have ran GameStop are complete assholes to their employees. And they force their employees to be disrespectful to its customers. At least the select few bits of people that still get physical games, which there's still a good chunk of people out there that still get physical games. Like, we're not just talking about like Switch games or whatever. We're talking about that literally still goes and buys hard copies of PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S games literally physically from the store. There still is a decent account of players out there that do that. But it was officially announced that during 2022, most game sales were 90% digital. 90% of game sales for 2022 were digital. So that right there is what's painting a big picture. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, that might be so low of a number, but it does. But when you count the popularity that's out there, there still is like hundreds of thousands of people still buying physical games. So 10% might seem like a very, very, very low number, but when you really think about it, of the popularity, like there's like quite a few billion people on the world, and there's like over a couple of hundreds millions that play video games. That alone right there is probably like about anywhere from 10 to 20 million people compared to the 2, 3, 400 million people that play games. That right there is still 10 to 20 million. So there still is a good chunk of people out there that buy their games physically and that will still go to the store so they can buy them. And there's just collectors out there that prefer that way, because then they could just add them to their collection on their shelf and, one of these days, impress a friend of theirs or whatever, because they just like collecting. So there still is a large amount enough people out there that still do that. But when you really think about it, the number on the wall when it comes to sales, 90%, it's still a huge number. And that is still a big number to hurt a business, especially like GameStop. Because GameStop's bread and butter, even from the beginning of the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3 era, so almost 2 decades ago, well, basically it began 2 decades ago, that was GameStop's bread and butter, was selling used games. And they could just, literally sell you a game. You could trade it back in sometime later. They will only give you, like, say, like, a game came out like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, that is the newest Call of Duty game out right now on the market. Like, you can just buy that game, play it for about 6 months, and then you decide, okay, you don't want the game no more. You can literally take it back to GameStop, and they will give you, like, only, like, probably $15 or $20 at most for that game because it's still being new. And then they will turn around and sell the game, especially, my bad there, I had a little bit of something. But then they would literally just sell the game used, that's still technically brand new, for about $54.99 US dollars. So really, they would give you $20, and yet they would turn around and resell it again for about $30 more than what they gave you for the game. And that was their bread and butter. That was the way that their profits were making. So now, because digital distribution and sales are nonstop increasing and increasing and increasing every single year, it's just it's just painting a really, really bad picture on GameStop. And it's not just with GameStop, but there's some other stores that are getting affected, but not that many. GameStop is the main one, especially when it comes to physical copies of video games. So, and then not only that, like we also mentioned, they the CEOs treat their employees like crap, and also they make the employees treat customers like crap. So really, it's just turning down, and GameStop is just going to be gone before our very eyes. I literally, I'm going to bet money on this that like I'm going to give GameStop anywhere between two at most, probably 4 more years, if it even makes it that far. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet, and I'm going to give GameStop at most probably 3 to 4 more years, and I bet you that they are officially going to be officially dead, and the days of it are going to be outnumbered before the next generation PlayStation and Xbox consoles from Sony and Microsoft. Now, keep this in mind. They haven't confirmed anything or about them at all. We don't even know if they're going to come out at this point, but of course they're going to, because that's just what Microsoft and Sony do with their consoles is, every so often when there's a new generation, they'll make a new one that is much more powerful hardware and can make games run and look better than ever before. But it is rumored right now that the next two Microsoft and Sony PlayStation and Xbox consoles are going to be getting released in 2027, which you might think that might not sound like that's far away, but really it is. That's literally like 5 more years from now. So I literally am going to bet money that GameStop is officially going to be dead right around, I would say, at earliest, probably sometime 2025, I should say. And then the latest I can see is probably by the end of 2026. That's just what I'm betting on. That's what I have a feeling of when GameStop is going to officially go out of business because of digital distribution. Is anywhere between 2025 to probably late 2026 is most likely when the days of GameStop are going to be outnumbered. So the days of going into a GameStop store and just buying games are officially no longer going to be with us for very much longer. This is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you guys could smack that like button and also be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new to this channel, and be sure to leave us a comment down in the comment section down below if what your experience with GameStop and how customer service is and how you think about the CEOs treating their employees like crap, like making them work holidays and literally calling and threatening them at like 3 in the morning, and also just, of digital distribution, of now just being able to buy a game on your console, whether it be on an Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo console, or Steam through the PC, or even Epic Game Store. So, like, yeah, just leave us a comment down in the comment section of your thoughts, of your experience with GameStop and everything going on around it, in the way that digital distribution is taking over the world. So just leave us a comment down below. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you'll be notified with every new video we upload going forward. But without any further ado, this is Tech and Gaming Reviews. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.